Postgres and date operators. As we said in the previous video, Postgres gives us operators to help simplify dates. And working with dates, and specifically dates and times, can be extremely time consuming. So what we're going to do here is we're going to run through some of the most common operators that you would use when operating with dates. And after this video, there will be exercises available where you can go and test out these operators against questions that will lead to queries. So let's get into it. What if you want to get the current date? Well, if you want to get the current date, there are two main ways you can do it. You can do select now, and you can cast it to a date. Or you can do select current date. And what that will do is it will give you a formatted subset of the ISO 8601 date format. It will give you year, month, and day. And so because it gives you year, month, and day, you can quite easily get the current date to work against in other queries. You can utilize it to compare against the previous 30 days or whatnot, or anything that is today, any transactions that came in today. So what if you wanted to format that? Well, then you can use something called the tochar command. And the tochar command is used to format the current date. So you could give it the current date or now : date, which is a cast date from a timestamp. So if you did tochar current date, you could now pass it in a specific format. So in Europe, it's often common to do slashes and do day, month, year. And if you did this with tochar, what you'll see happen is you will format your current date in that format and it will come out this way. And feel free to pause the video at any given moment and go try this out in your Valentina DB or whatever editor you chose to use. Now, when we look at formatting dates, we saw that with ISO 8601 and with the tochar command, we're using D, M, and Y. And these are what we call format modifiers. So each modifier has an identifier. D being day, M being month, Y being year. And if you go over to the Postgres docs, what you'll see is that there is a whole list of patterns, identifiers, that you can use that are going to give you a different type of format. You can do hour of the day from 0 to 23, which is military time, or the 12-hour notation, which is used most often in North America. You can format to seconds, seconds past midnight. You can use AM, PM syntax. You can do years. You can do ISO 8601 week numberings. There's a lot of different things you can do with the identifiers and formatting your date in a way that you want to see it. So you can basically use the tochar command and format a date with all of these modifiers to kind of get the result you want. So if we were to, for instance, to see DDD here, well, let's go try that out. So if we said select tochar, and we said current date, and we said, hey, format it to DDD. Well, let's see what happens. It gives us 142. Why does it give us 142? Well, let's go look at the docs again. DDD is the day of the year. And if we used IDDD, it's going to give us the ISO 861 week numbering. So let's look at that. 144. And does that differ? Yes. So there is a clear difference between some of these modifiers and how they choose to show you numbers and how they choose to show us certain information. If we wanted to know what week of the year it was, we could do WW and we would know that it is the 21st week of the year, for instance, based on the current date. So with all of that said, all of these modifiers, all of these format modifiers help you format a date in the way you want to see it.